Welcome back to the show. We got, as usual, a huge show today, and we actually have Crash with us. What's going on, Crash?
Oh, Crash is in the house. In the house, in the
Lovely.
house. Hey, can I there's a question I want to ask our listeners quick. And I'm going to try to do this every show that I'm on anyways. So in the comments, I'd like to know, has cryptocurrency improved your life in any way? How? I know I could answer a whole bunch of different ways, but I'd like to hear from our followers and listeners.
That's
So
a
I'm going to say
good
that.
one, man.
Yeah.
That
Has
is
cryptocurrency improved your life in any way? I mean, it could be, it could be financially, it could be access to different products and things. It could be, um, all kinds of things. I mean, just having the eyes to see new opportunities.
right. Good stuff. December 14th today, people. We're going to talk about a little bit of play to earn, little Gala Games slash a little bit about their Mirandus game. There's some stuff going on with that, interesting stuff. Little NYDIG stuff. When XFi is a question I have, and some stable coin action, some news. What's going on in the markets, Crash? What are you seeing out there?
Well, it's in the last 24 hours, they're starting to get some more green, so there's some recovery going on. Um, and actually, in the last hour, almost everything's green on the charts. Of course, you go back 7 days, it's virtually all red. It was really, really bad last night. Well, when I got up this morning, it was a bloodbath, but it's recovering as usual.
Led kind of the first one out of the gate this time was kind of Doge, huh? With Elon Musk said something about maybe using it as a currency.
Yeah. He got a
So
lot of play on that. It's up 18% in the last 24 hours,
yeah, and
or
I
19% at the yeah.
yeah, I think the market is really looking for any sniff of utility now, which is what it should be doing. Any of these coins, and make sure
hmm
you guys are doing that. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but always be looking, is your network growing with your coin and is there utility? I mean, those are really the key things. If you say no to either one of those, dangerous stuff, man. You're playing with fire.
That's why I really like the level ones because there's all this utility being built underneath them, and they're going to benefit from any of them really taking off. The level one that's supporting it is going to take off.
I totally agree. I don't know how you can be involved with any level twos unless you're loaded up on all the important level ones.
Yeah, yeah. And right now, we just went through a period where the market really went down, and now it's coming up a little bit. It could go down much further, but uh, I know personally when I see it go way down like that, I buy the dip.
Buy that dip. Oh, man, can you believe that?
Pause.
Here we go.
Did you pause?
No, I didn't. Why would I pause? We got by the dip, man. Holy bejeebus. These are some funky dancers, that is for sure. Spillers slash dancers. Good stuff, Crash. Good stuff. Don't forget, subscribe to our Twitter feed. Give us a freaking tweet or connection or whatever. Anyways, yeah, so you know what's interesting about that too? I guess, and I didn't put this together, but now that you mentioned that and we're talking about level twos and level ones, I guess that's what I kind of like about Gala is it's one of those rare times where a coin goes from a level two, which it is now being an ERC20 token, to a level one when Gala Chain comes out, like next year, they're saying.
Okay, so another one that's dear to our heart that has done the exact same thing and really exploded recently is Crypto.com Pro.
Yes.
That's another good example.
Yeah, and I suppose most of the times when that does happen, it's going from the Ethereum blockchain, running
To
for
their,
dear life, and saying,
mm-hmm.
this is so bad, we actually have to build our own blockchain.
Right.
And I get it. I mean, I am just absolutely livid, and I loathe Ethereum. I mean, that's great. They're great for the community. I wish it all the luck, but their tech stinks. And I'm not holding out for this 2.0 that, part of it's out, part of it's coming. They're going to staking. Their fees, their fees aren't going down to 0.0001 like the Flare network or like XRP to do an NFT. That's literally what it's going to be. So,
I don't know. I mean, well, you got to understand, Ethereum was started, what, 2011, 12? It's been around a long time, so the tech was pretty new back then.
I've
A lot
had
of
it.
new,
I've had it with
lot of
them
new
feeing me to
developments.
death, man. I tried to move
Well, I don't use
2500s
them.
the other day, and they wanted literally $371 to do it. It's
Yeah,
just gougery.
I don't do it. I don't use Ethereum.
That's the thing, though.
Uh,
They're completely, literally holding the markets back. We're actually
yeah,
our hands are tied behind our back because everyone's on Ethereum.
sounds like a conspiracy theory to me.
I mean, really? I don't know. We're not conspiracists here, but something's going on here, people. Anyways, I'm done ranting about Ethereum. Love him. Love Vitalik. He is just a god. Anyways. So what else do we got cooking, Crash? Okay, so the markets, basically, what's interesting to watch is Bitcoin dominance right now,
Hmm.
which is about 41.5%. Theoretically, that should continue to go down over time. Up and down, but over the next decade, that should be headed down as more use case, more utility comes out with other tokens. We got Tether.
Okay, so just on that comment,
Yes. What do you got, Crash?
my belief is that the Bitcoin dominance is going to increase, not decrease.
We part ways on that.
And for one reason, there is a lot of new development being built on Bitcoin that is going to increase its utility in all kinds of other ways, not just store of value.
So you're one of those that thinks Bitcoin is going to really become the one and only crypto.
I think its dominance could continue to go up. Yeah,
To what?
I don't know. I don't see it going below 30%, and I see it could go to 70%.
All right. I do. I totally see it going below 30. That's interesting. I like that. Okay.
Because they're building all these. Well, Bitcoin isn't doing anything. The Bitcoin blockchain is just going to continue to operate its algorithm as is. There might be some minor tweaks here and there, but
You're talking
um,
level twos.
I'm talking level twos. Level twos on Bitcoin make a lot of sense.
Like?
Level twos on Ethereum,
Well,
not so
like,
much.
let's talk about some of the level twos on Bitcoin. What?
Well,
The
there's just going to be
Lightning
payment
Network
systems.
is.
There's going to be there's going to be lending. There's going to be collateralized, staking, all kinds of stuff. Everything DeFi that is on Ethereum with the level twos could operate on a Bitcoin blockchain, which has never been interrupted. And all the
Okay.
big money is going to be going into Bitcoin, particularly at the beginning,
That's
and
interesting.
maybe permanently.
This is really an interesting conversation that could go on for hours. So we'll table it for now and we'll see. I think the opposite. I think as the market matures, like any asset class, there's not going to be one dominant asset unless that one asset is truly going to take over and there is only one. I don't see that, but I'm not a Bitcoin
I think
maxi.
there's room for others, but I think Bitcoin has a very unique uh, algorithm that
It is for
it
sure.
stood the test of time.
So,
And even though it's a short period of time, and they're putting news articles out here now trying to scare people out of Bitcoin by saying that quantum computers threaten Bitcoin's
there's
existence. Blah
so
blah blah
much
blah blah.
FUD. Yeah, it's just every
Yeah,
angle
yeah,
to get people out of it. So, yeah, that's
yeah.
good. That's interesting. Well, that's a great conversation to continue. I don't know about that. I mean, you make some good points, but I just look at like the overall market and,
Hmm.
how can one asset do that? I also look at they've put it on futures now. They have futures on Bitcoin, and that is
Hmm.
for no other reason but to manipulate the price. Period. End of conversation. They did it with gold. Look at what gold is now. Gold should be flying, and it's not because it's manipulated. It's highly manipulated. So I wonder if they're going to allow Bitcoin. We'll see. I've always had these thoughts, but I
I'm not
mean,
so sure that the futures market guaranteed to manipulate the price, and like gold is a valid argument. Gold is very different than Bitcoin.
it is. I agree with that. It's yet to be seen. I just know that's why they did it. I don't know that they can do it because of the
No,
limited supply. I agree with that.
well, why they did it is to make money.
Right, and to attempt to manipulate. I think the difference is, and it's why they won't allow a spot Bitcoin.
Hmm.
In America. I mean, everyone's going to go around it. They're already all over the place, right? They have them in Canada. They have them over in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
But the
So,
SEC just, they're not doing it.
so why do you see the recent drop in the whole market? I mean, we went from 2.7 trillion down to 2.2. We lost half a trillion dollars.
I
Or,
think a lot of it is like tax harvesting. I think there's some of that.
hmm?
I think it's manipulation. I think this market is highly manipulated. So, and they do it through Bitcoin.
Right.
It
So we talk
doesn't
about
make That's the thing that doesn't make sense to me, Crash, is how on earth is Bitcoin ever down? How is it ever down when there's massive accumulation going on everywhere? It doesn't make sense. It has to be
well,
manipulation because the selling just isn't
manipulation. Yes, yes, there is manipulation, but I wouldn't say it's all the futures market. It's more
right.
the whales, and we talk about FUD, right?
Right.
Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Well, under fear, I would say we've seen these news reports about hacks and people losing 140 million dollars. That's causing fear. You see, just the market's going down and the trend. And I get questions all the time: is this going to continue? Should I take my profits? Blah 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 blah. There's a lot of fear just because it goes down, and then um, can't hold it.
Man, this has just turned into a
Yeah.
Bitcoin maxi free for all, man. We got to move
No,
on
no,
here.
no. Well, no, but then okay. So I talked about fear. Then there's uncertainty. There's the Fed and what's been reported about the Fed, and that there's just isn't regulatory
Regs, right? Yeah.
certainty, right?
Right, right, right.
So anytime you got the Fed coming out and making it more uncertain where the regulatory climate is going, it creates uncertainty. A lot of it, especially in the big markets.
Right.
Um, and the Fed chairman said that Bitcoin and Ethereum, well, not the Fed chairman, the SEC chairman said that Bitcoin and Ethereum will not be targeted. Okay, so that gives them a clearing, and everybody starts thinking, oh, well, who's underneath that's going to get targeted? Well, look what happened to Cardano and ADA. They got slaughtered
Yeah.
because they're a level one. It's not on the no touch list.
Buck and a quarter right now.
Mm-hmm. And then we've got doubt. We got the whales are are creating doubt any chance they can to drive the retail market to sell, whether it's through the media or social media, particularly Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's
that's our fear, uncertainty, and our doubt.
yeah, and they are creating that, and I think it's any way to hold this market down too, because they see that it's taking over. And there's just
Hmm.
it's very hard to deny that, and it's very hard to beat technology. It's just you're not going to do that, and it's
Hmm.
part
And
of
that,
us.
maybe that's the whole reason that Ethereum's fees are so high is to also tamper the market. They're just trying to slow everything down so they can get control of it.
Yeah. So real quick, last question for you. So are you one of those that thinks Bitcoin
Yeah.
will always have the highest market cap? Nothing will ever flip Bitcoin, and as far as market cap.
Um, no, I can't say that's a certainty that Bitcoin won't get flipped, but I think Bitcoin will, even if they're not the highest market cap, because there's a lot of other use cases that could bring in more money. But as far as a store of value, I don't think anything's going to touch it.
I'm just talking market cap, just
No, I'm
market
not.
cap of
No,
the coin.
it could be flipped because there's a lot of use cases and different types of coins. It could, Tether could hugely, they can just print all the Tether they want.
Wow. Okay, so let's move into this a little bit. Let's talk about stable coins.
How
Stable
stable are
coins
they?
stable coins, they are going after them in a big way, and people are kind of like, oh, how are they going to go after stable coins? How are they going to go after stable coins? The only way they can do it is by saying, in my opinion, is by saying they have to be audited and backed at least a certain percentage by the US dollar, right?
Yeah, I'm
for
not going to use that one.
for US stable coins.
I'm not going to use that kind of stable coin. Why would I use a stable coin that's depreciating?
Well, that's what they want. Why do you use the US dollar today? Because you're forced to. It's not. It's not going to be a want to. It's going to be a force to. They're going to force you out of crypto, and this will be part of the stablecoin laws too. You're going to have to. And I don't know if they're going to get away with it. They're really in a tough spot. That
They
Congress,
certainly are.
that Congress and the SEC. I don't know how you get around this without giving the people more freedom. At some point, I mean, you have to do it. There's just
Mhm.
That's what I love about crypto, man. How are you going to get around releasing the world from these shackles that they've been in for decades? It's just an amazing thing that we are watching right now. I don't think people get it. I know a lot of people don't get it. You and I do though. That's why we're getting together and doing this. So, I don't know, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on stable coins?
Well, like you said, if they try to, any jurisdiction tries to um, put the clamps down on any of these stable coins, they can only do it within their jurisdiction, right?
So,
So
to
unless even if it's a global government agreement, there are still going to be countries out there that, and not okay. So we have grown up in a world of nation states, right?
right.
There are new communities growing that are bigger than nation states.
Oh yeah. Look at
I mean,
Facebook.
yeah, what if Facebook came out with their own stable coin that wasn't pegged to the dollar?
Dude, though, isn't that just fascinating how they shut down Facebook's stablecoin? When DM? When
Mm-hmm.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
They had a meeting with Zuck and said, look, here's the deal. We're going to give you
Yeah.
the metaverse, but you ain't doing a stablecoin, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's
something's weird
possible. I
about
don't know.
that.
I don't have any insight information that I can share on that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I heard an interview with the head of DM it was about a month and a half ago, and he's like, maybe a month ago, he's like, Well, Congress is. We're going to see what happens because Congress is looking hard at stable coins now. We're going to have some answers pretty soon. He just kind of looked like he knew something, and lo and behold, it's been dead silent. And now they're working through stable coins. I mean, that's where it's going to hit, and this is where they could take down the market a lot with Tether if they. But, I mean, who does it? Who lets something get to a 76 billion market cap and then like bans it or something? You know, I mean.
Well, I mean, which coin out there can they not ban that has more value than that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Bitcoin. I got you. Yeah. Although,
Gotcha. I got you thinking, don't I?
there's people out there that absolutely there's a conspiracy going on out there. I'm not going to mention any names, but it's out there and it's fairly strong that Bitcoin is absolutely going to be banned. They've already talked about it. They've discussed it. It's going to be an agreement amongst nations like the G20 or something, and it's not really going to be banned. It's just going to be, you're not going to be able to move it like through your bank and stuff. But then you hear banks that they're literally coming out and saying we have to allow custody of Bitcoin, and we're doing it. Big banks. You know, so I don't know what to believe, but I gotta believe it's gonna be tough to deal with, and it's FUD. I think that's really the gist of it. So.
All right. What else? Oh, I got one.
That has been removed, my friend, just so you know. There's nothing, I don't know what you're talking about, but.
Yeah, I think I had to do it.
So, yeah. So, okay, what else is going on, Crash?
Well, there's a lot of big money that's moving into the institutional crypto market, and this NYDIG company, they just had a funding round where they collected a stunning $1 billion in funding for their platform, and it was led by Westcap and joined by Bessemer Venture Partners, FinTech Collective, Affirm, FIS, Fiserv, Mass Mutual, Morgan Stanley, and New York Life as backers for their platform for institutional cryptocurrency offerings.
Amazing. Okay, I got the article
Okay,
up,
so
people.
yeah. So I mean, if you think that institutional money isn't going to be flowing in, ha!
Yeah.
I keep hearing that first quarter of next year there's going to be a big slam of institutional money, but institutions move slow.
Yeah,
And
I think there is going to be relative to what's gone on, but I think the subsequent quarters are going to be even more slams of institutional money.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. And I'd really like to see some data on other countries and their institutional investments into cryptocurrency, and see what countries have the most institutional money flowing in.
Yeah.
That'd be very, very interesting to see.
Yeah. So that's why I don't get why Bitcoin, how it stays like so low. I mean, there must be some significant selling too, but.
Well, I think it's volatile. So anytime it's volatile, there's going to be a lot of buying and selling, a lot of taking of profits. There's people that are, traders. They're taking profits every time it goes up 5%.
Yeah, it's true. It is the best really trading asset that the world's ever known. Really, I can't.
And
think
it's
of one
24/7.
Yeah, it's 24/7. It's highly volatile. You
Yeah,
can't shut it down.
Yeah, let's try to trade the stock market 6.5 hours a day, 5 days out of 7.
Right. Yeah, it blows away any of that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
So, anyways, this NYDIG is their next biggest competitor is at FTX. I think you know about the FTX, right?
Yeah,
FTX Corp. Yeah.
they're signing a lot of deals right now.
Yeah. I mean, they raised 1.5 billion in funding rounds. Uh,
Yeah,
but
that's
actually, they're probably bigger because they have a $32 billion valuation.
yeah, and this one's 7, right? This
Uh-huh.
round gave it a 7, but
That's right.
NYDIG, I remember hearing because Chris Larson from Ripple moved about, I want to say it's like 10 billion XRP over them just to hold.
Hmm.
So they have deep ties to all of this NYDIG. So it's amazing when you peel back the curtain how everyone's connected and everyone's in on it.
Hmm.
Except for retail. Retail is just talk about slow, man. And they're getting left behind, so I don't know. There's still time, but man, people, get on it. Get on the ball.
I got
So,
another use case scenario to share. Um, Everybody's familiar with AccuWeather. It's a weather app,
yeah,
and it's a weather company. They do a lot more than just have their app. They do a lot of farm insurance data and things like that. And they
right.
signed contract with Chainlink to provide their all their data feeds.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that's to support crop insurance and futures markets. So that's a game changer for the agricultural world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's chain length? 1790. That's had a nice pullback.
That is a very undervalued
Seems
crypto.
like it. Seems like it. They continue to sign deals and they continue to lead.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, the thing is that they're an Oracle company, so they're about data distribution. They're not a level one. So um,
because
you
that's
know
an
it's just
ERC20 token, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, right.
yeah. So it's on the Ethereum blockchain.
Got it. Okay, so when XFi, do you know what's going on with XFi?
I do not.
All right, I don't.
Oh, XFi. Oh yeah, I did read something just yesterday about that.
They
It
did
should be coming out.
the snapshot on Sunday.
Yeah, and I think they said something about some time period. Maybe it was a week or a month that it should drop.
Is
I
it?
can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember where I even saw it.
Songbird is dropping like a rock, man. It's 23 cents now.
Yeah, what's up with that?
23 and a half. Well, it's interesting because as soon as, here's the chart, as soon as, here's 7 day and here's the XFi airdrop. It dropped right in correlation with that. And now it's getting undervalued. I mean, that's because that's a canary network and they're going to do amazing things on Songbird. It's all DeFi. So
My
I think
question is, can you buy XFi right now on any market?
no, I don't see it anywhere. No. Mm-mm. I don't see it listed
I thought
anywhere.
I thought maybe people sold off their Songbird to buy XFi, but
No,
well,
I
you know
don't
what it
think.
is. It's flight to quality. I mean, again, it's Songbird is it's a canary network. It's not you know it's got some utility within the XRP ledger, but um,
Yeah,
when things are going down, people flee uh, from coins like this, and I'm
yeah,
surprised Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't going up right now
yeah. I think
because
I heard a couple guys that, and I think it's mostly just retail selling Songbird and not a huge demand to buy it right now. It's
hmm
not on a lot of markets, but that's a heck of a stake when you're getting 1% by just sitting on it,
hmm
and you don't even have to hold it. I mean, that's a wow. Did you see that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have the quote up for Songbird. It just went from 23 cents up to 38 right before my eyes. Look at it now.
Yeah, I mean the market is flipping right now.
What is going? But it like doubled in a flash.
You know what it is? It's that video we just showed of everybody telling everybody to buy the dip. You know,
Right.
it probably
This
went
one.
viral from yeah.
Right.
It's probably going viral. Everybody's buying right now.
Yeah. That's the thing. I really think this market is changing right before our eyes, and it's going to be. I think this 4-year cycle stuff, I really think it's history with institutional investing. I just don't think you're going to get some corrections, but any kind of a huge, 18-month bear market, I think that is just, I don't see it. I don't see it.
No.
But that is, look at that volatility, man. Could have picked it up at 23 cents. Boom, 38. Okay. Only in crypto.
Funny,
people.
I was looking at it this morning. I'm like, wow, that's really down.
Yeah, but okay. So much for that. Anyways, okay, lastly, let's talk about play to earn a little bit because I am just couple things on this. Let me see here. Couple things are number one, I've come to realize, Crash, and you probably have seen this. We've seen this, but I guess I had hope that the little people in crypto, like it was gonna level the playing field, and like the middle class, the lower class, were gonna be able to take advantage of stuff. And I'm just seeing the rich just are getting richer. I mean, just you see it, and you really see it in play to earn and how they're gobbling up these NFTs and stuff. And it's like, if you don't have the money to put $2,000 into an NFT, you're kind of, I mean, these NFTs like earn money. So it's like, it's tricky.
They're like interest-bearing accounts.
Right.
But you got to play. That's the problem I have with it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking at business models like, split the money with somebody if they can do all the playing, and I can just own the NFTs and collect half the money.
Right. So Gala's doing that. I mean, we talked about that. Gala is that's one angle that they're going to be taking. I think it's coming out with Townstar pretty soon. I think Q1, where they're going to put that into play, where they're going to have an area where you can just put your NFTs up for rent and people will play. When you get into esports, though, it's really intense because that's just such a more of an intense activity that people can really differentiate. There's a lot more differentiation, I think, between the owners and the players than like a Townstar. But yeah, one thing Gala came out with, we were talking about The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Okay, so just for our listeners, I've played one of these games, and they are a lot of fun. Townstar. I would highly recommend getting on and setting up a Gala account. You say Gala or Gala?
I think Gala.
Gala, like a
Is
galaxy?
what I've heard, yeah.
Okay.
Gala Games, yep.
Okay, Gala. And it is a lot of fun. I've spent quite a few hours doing it, and it's actually, very stimulating for the mind.
Yeah, that's true. Once you get going, you got to keep track of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so it's these games are a lot different, and the fact that you can, as you learn how they operate, you can create an income basically on a daily basis from these games, and it's significant.
Yep. Yeah, you can go nuts now. You have to invest in it. Hold on here.
What was that?
So their game coming out, Mirandus. We've talked about that one a little bit.
Oh, you can play that now?
You can. Well, they have a 2-week. It's open for people that have, yeah, you can check it out. You really can't. It's pretty early. It's pretty early, but this is when you can get you can get Materium with your exemplars. Is right now for the next couple weeks. So
But I have to play, right?
you have to go in and collect it. Basically, you have to go to a section. I think they're going to give it either way because it's not very playable right now. They're really just testing. They're looking for people to go in and basically break it. So they had these ships and docks that went on sale. All the cheap ones, of course. This one was like 7,000. That sold out right away. 500 left. And then you got the next one up is about 35,000. There's 11 of 250 left. Then you go up to about 100,000. There's 8 of 100 left.
That's unbelievable.
Next
and they
one,
go into $1 million.
Dude, next one is
tokens.
100 and about 75,000, and there's 4 of 50 left. The Carrack is 300,000 roughly, 2 of 20 left. So 18 people spent 300,000 on this virtual boat. And it just shows you, man. I mean, all the wealthy people, they're deep into this stuff. I mean, they're putting their money into these NFTs, and they'll resell them. Or they'll monetize them. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I bet Raoul Paul has a whole bunch of them.
Probably. The Caravel, which is 1.2 million Gala, so it's about 600,000 ish. There's one left of 10. And the docks are the same way. So the docks that's how you can monetize those fairly easy too. But these boats will be taking people around too for a fee. Crash, we're going to be riding on one of these. We're just going to have to give them some Materium. Hey, we want to go to this island. When are we going?
Oh, wow.
You know, because we're going to go get more Materium. So, of course, we're going to catch a ride. So but I'll tell you.
Or I'll sell you this real yacht for one of your virtual yachts.
All right, exactly. No way, I'm not doing that. I can't monetize your real one. That's a problem.
Well, you can if you got a skipper.
Yeah.
You can rent it out.
Which is you, man. But those exemplars I found out, I mean, there's people that have little armies of like 50 and stuff. So, I think those will be valuable, but we'll see. I think when you're in the play to earn, I've realized you really got to look for value. There's some stuff where you just get more bang for the buck than others, and you got to do the calculations again with the mine stuff. You got to work it, just like in real life. You can get totally ripped off. You know.
Yeah, just for our listeners, I mean, this is like a whole nother area of cryptocurrencies, and these are going to be held and maintained on Gala's blockchain. Or Gala, and this is the NFT where you hear people talking about NFTs, and NFTs in themselves are going to separate into dozens, if not hundreds, of different categories.
Right.
So we're so early.
Yep. Yeah, the play to earn though, I mean, there's different some NFTs you're trying to sell artwork and stuff. Others you buy an NFT and you're selling land. So, another thing they just came out with was another round of the planets for Echoes of Empire. So, we got these, and these actually spin off. I think their crypto is going to be called Dust. And every one of these planets actually spins off a little bit of dust, depending on what it is and stuff. So,
well, yeah, I saw one of those on there. What was the most expensive one down at the bottom there? It was like, I couldn't believe it.
1.8 million Gala. So coming up on $1 million. But it's a planet. It's a doggone planet.
In that metaverse.
Right. Yeah, so
And I wonder what the return on investment is once that thing actually gets humming.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you're gonna make. Honestly, I think these are gonna be worth millions. Every planet is gonna be worth because of course. So it's like any of the crypto. It's is the network growing? Does the token have utility? It's still the same concept, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And in this case, you can kind of extrapolate out. Does the game stink? Is there? Are they actually using it more and more?
Or
I
are they
can.
not? Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell with Townstar because I have a little bit of inside info on that. That's growing every day. That is actually growing globally, where more and more people are playing it, discovering it, realizing, hey, I
Mm-hmm.
can make 100 or 200 a day on this. And it's like there's people.
Yeah,
It's
and what do I have to do to learn how to do that? I got to watch a couple hours of YouTube videos
yeah,
on how to do it. And that's a it's a small price to pay for some of these people. They don't have access to decent jobs
yep, yeah. I mean,
in
it's
these third world countries, but they have internet access.
yep. Gala had some videos of people from just examples of just that, and they're just like, Gala's really changed my life. Town Stars changed my life, and we take that stuff for granted in the U.S., but when you get
Mm-hmm.
outside of the U.S., boy, it's not so easy to be able to make a living, and it is kind of fun. I mean, Gala does put fun first. If the game's not fun, they're not doing it. I mean, you can get to the point with Townstar where you can walk away, and that's the goal, is to have it kind of be automated.
Mm-hmm.
But you do want to kind of play with it, tweak it. Oh, I gotta shut this down. I gotta turn this on. It's interesting how they've built it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and this stuff's just getting going, people. So take advantage of it. It's still early days with all this stuff. So
Fascinating.
let's wrap it up, Crash. What do you think? You got some other stuff, or?
Yeah, just the question for listeners, please comment today. We need comments. Has cryptocurrency improved your life in any way? So that's financial, spiritually, emotionally, health wise. How has cryptocurrency helped you?
Good stuff. Yeah, drop us a comment. Likes and subs are huge for us people, so take the time to do it. It's a free way you can support us, and we got to work this algorithm. So good
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
People, we're
Yep.
going to go do the right thing. Have a good rest of the week, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, everybody enjoy your day and live in the present.
Crash and Edy, we're out. Um, Crash, are you going on the road again, man?